Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, I think anytime you go through, whether it be surgery or any type of injury, it's going to be an up and down kind of recovery. This one was just a lot tougher on me than I think really anyone expected. It was supposed to be pretty quick. Just kind of had some setbacks, but that's part of it. And as you become fonder of the game when you're kind of away from it, and so you kind of get more antsy to get back in with the group. But my job the whole time was just kind of stay in tune with the whole group and try and contribute wherever I could outside the field and kind of give information to the defenders here and there, and do what I can to help off the field. But now that I'm back, in trainings and stuff like that, it's nice to be able to either lead by example or just be in the group with the guys, because that's what I enjoy doing most.
What do you remember? You got hurt in Saudi Arabia. You had already played in the first game.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah, got hurt actually before we flew to Saudi. Had a little bit of an issue, and then tried training in Saudi, played in the first game, and realized that this wasn't going to be sustainable throughout the year. So had to go and get a cleanup, and yeah, that was really it. And it's just been maybe a little bit of realization that the knee isn't what it once was, and so just comes with age and time. But I'm feeling good now, and that's what I'm focused on playing.
And what were the setbacks that held you out longer?
Yeah, just I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just I don't know.
But they didn't have to go back in.
Did not have to go back in. Didn't have to do anything else. Just the recovery just took a lot longer than I expected, I think, to feel like I was able to do soccer movements, I guess.
Because you're old like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Don't tell them Apple Dam.
Yeah, Steve, you mentioned just now that when you're away from the game, you grow fonder.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about that emotion, or did that even surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, it surprised me. I mean, I think coming into this year, put a lot of work in the off season, trying to get my body right after a lot of the injuries last year, and to have that setback happen with a new coach, a new general manager, kind of a new look for DC was really tough on me, just because you want to make a great first impression and all of that, and what I really wanted was to have my body healthy for the year. And so that was the biggest thing mentally that was frustrating, was like, man, this already happened, haven't even played a game yet. And so that was frustrating, but it's that's part of sports, that's part of being a professional athlete, is to be able to bounce back from something like that and have a setback. But like I said, I got to know a lot of the guys off the field, which has been great. And then it's now my chance to get back on the field and do whatever I can to help this team.
And there's an old saying, don't let a good crisis go to waste. You got the chance to watch more than play, even though you weren't to play. So what are your impressions of what you watched in the first 10 weeks or whatever?
I mean, big believer in the way that we're playing, like the style that we're playing. Big believer in Troy's messaging. And we have a lot of guys that are buying in. Everyone's buying into it. And so I think that's the biggest thing, is you see kind of everyone on the same page. Some of the results haven't gone our way the way we've wanted to, but it's coming. Guys are building. We're staying with the process of what Troy's preaching, and we're going to stay on that path and continue to build. And my job is just to come in and do whatever I can to kind of turn those results into more wins, and do whatever I can to help the team.
You say big believer. I mean, why is that? Because it does take a buy-in.
Yeah.
Otherwise
Yeah, the way that we play is all 11 people have to be on the same page in the way that we press, the way that we defend, and we're going to create chances. And as a defender and seeing the whole field, you kind of have to be on the front foot, organizing everyone. And so I like that style of pushing forward and not having to drop back. But yeah, it leaves a lot of risks, and that's on the defenders and our job to kind of minimize those for the other team.
Hey Steve, how you doing?
What's up?
Good. Troy was talking about, during this time you've been out, that in film, the invaluable resource you are to these other guys like Bartlett and McVeigh, and do you? And what I'm watching players like McVeigh semi-beat, yet he's getting these very professional type arm boxing,
Yeah.
and are you guys working on that? Is that something that you're helping them with, like, this player doesn't like to be shifted here, and getting those arms out and everything, because it's a really physical defense that they're playing right now. I just wondered
Yeah.
if you had any part of that.
I think both of those guys have done a phenomenal job this year, first of
Yeah.
all. I mean, I think they're both extremely athletic. I think, McVeigh in space is phenomenal defending 1v1. And so that's not me doing anything for him. Those guys are all over it, and they're on top of it. I think where I can give them insights is just positionally. I think positionally and trying to communicate with them about certain situations, whether it be box defending or rest defense and stuff like that. I mean, other than that, those guys got it locked down, and they're great at what they do. So I'm just a resource because I know some of the older other players in the league that I can give them tidbits here and there of what I've seen. It's on them to perform, and they've done a great job this year.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, just getting into Saturday's match,
Yeah.
whether it was 45 minutes or just the 10 or 15 you played, just how
Yeah.
good was that to get in and get your legs?
Yeah, it was great. That was the plan, kind of coming in to get some minutes. I'm obviously I wasn't fully 90 minutes fit then. So for me to get that first, just taste of stepping on the field, and, people who have played know that, soccer, a game fitness is a little bit different than just training fitness. And so, kind of gassing through the first 5 to 10 minutes to catch your breath is important. And then, whenever I come back on the field the next time, I'll be more prepared.
3 matches in about a week or so. Coach talking about how there's probably going to be a different way to approach practice as well as matches with different lineups possibly. Do you see yourself possibly playing a little bit more because of the fact that there's so many matches in a short span?
To be honest, we've only talked about Atlanta, and I think that's, kind of our motto. I know it's extremely cliche, but it's, the next game forward. And right now we got Atlanta, a huge Eastern Conference matchup with them this weekend. And so we're really focused on that. And then when that game's done, I think we'll tackle, the next game. But we know there's a 3-game week. We know there's going to be a different load for players here and there. But, right now we're just solely focused on Atlanta.
And Coach mentioned getting your fitness and stamina back up because of obviously being out. Just if you're called upon to play 45 or 90 minutes, do you feel like you are at that pace to where you can come in and play that many minutes?
For sure. Yeah, I think now, especially with my position, I think you're able to push your fitness a little bit longer than most positions. So I'm, ready whenever they need me. And, we'll see how it goes. But I think, it wouldn't be an issue now.
This will be your first road trip, right?
Yeah.
Of the year.
Yes, it will be. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you bet you
Yeah.
have A lot of time at home.
Yeah.
With the kids. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
What's the interaction been with them? Because obviously they aren't seeing you on the field.
Yeah.
For a long stretch.
Yeah, they have yet to come to a game this year as well, so that's been a little crazy. My wife's been happy I've been home this whole time, but I'm eager to get back with the guys. I think you do a lot of bonding on these road trips. You get to, everyone's kind of away from their families. They're in their, the hotel room. You're on the flight in the bus, and you really bond. And that's when a lot of the off the field stuff comes in, and that's when, the on the field stuff then kind of comes through that. And so it's my chance to kind of get to know some of the guys a little bit better. But I'm just eager to get back with the group and have that feeling of, camaraderie in the locker room and road trips. I love road trips. I love going to opposing teams' places, especially like a place like Atlanta that is extremely loud, extremely volatile, and to kind of, if we can get on them early, it might, quiet them. And I think that's a great time.
And real quick,
Yeah.
just think of it on the field,
Yeah.
Atlanta. What's the big concern? It's weird they've lost a couple of home games, but
Yeah.
that makes me nervous.
Yeah, big concerns. They're attacking threats. I mean, I think they got them all over the field, whether it be their forward or Almada underneath, and their wingers. I mean, they got pace, they got quality, they can finish anywhere, and they can hit you on transition. So, our jobs as defenders is to, like I said, minimize those transitions first of all, and just be smart about managing the game. I think we have to be better in that aspect, but. They're a dangerous team. I don't think we're overlooking the fact that, that obviously they've dropped points, but, they're one of the best teams in the league. And so we're coming in there, with that mentality that, we're trying to kind of dethrone them at their own place.